guys, welcome to today's video. So this is going to be another ultimate book video slash me doing book stuff. We have a few things planned for this video. I'm gonna do some reading journaling. I have some spreads I want to do in my reading journal. I also have some reading I'm gonna do, of course. I need to do some reading in a book video where I'm doing bookish things. So I'm currently reading Final Offer, and I'll talk more about it once I get into reading. Oh my god, it just got really hot in my room. I also, oh, where's my crochet? I also want to do some crocheting. So I'm currently making a granny square blanket. So I have one row done and I'm working on the second row, and in August I want to crochet 30 of these granny squares, and so far I think I've done maybe 5, and we're almost halfway through August, so I'm pretty behind. So I'm gonna try and catch up on crocheting more granny squares, and I want to try to listen to some audiobooks, so I might do that while I'm crocheting. If you watch my videos, you might know that I hardly ever listen to audiobooks. I find it very hard to get into them because I get very distracted while listening, and while I'm actually physically reading, I reread lines and books over and over and over again. Like every line I read, I will read multiple times, which is also why I'm such a slow reader, but that makes it hard when I'm listening to an audiobook because I can't really do that. But there was an audiobook I was listening to last year and then I stopped it. I stopped listening to it because I kind of forgot about it, but I've been thinking about it and I want to give it another go. I did borrow it from my library, so I'm gonna see if I can continue it and see how I go, because I definitely do want to incorporate audiobooks into my life, especially since I'm now studying and I'm a lot busier. I feel like it'd be a good way to read more. We'll see how that goes. I did pull up the audiobook for Final Offer on Spotify because it was free, but I did not like the voices, so I disregarded that. I feel like that's also a big struggle for me because I don't like a lot of the voices. Like, they feel off from how I picture them in my head. I've also tried some audiobooks where the male voice will be voiced by the woman narrator, and it just sounds not good in my opinion. I just don't like that, so we'll see. I also might do some journaling in my junk journal slash scrapbooking journal. So this has been on my channel a few times. This is, like I said, my junk journal, and basically in this journal I journal. I journal about my life. I have a lot of things from my life, like I collect scrap papers, I have magazines, I have receipts, I have little like mementos. Is that the right word? I have little things from my life that I'll add into this journal, and like photos and stuff. I love adding photos. For example, this was my July wrap up. So yeah, I might include this in this video. We'll see, because I'm already planning to do a lot of journaling, but I feel like you guys like the journaling content. A lot of my videos with journaling get a lot more views than my other videos, so I was really consistent with this journal for a while, and then I stopped doing it for a long time where I'd only do like one spread a month, but now I've picked it up again. I've been journaling consistently again, and I want to keep that going, so we might do that in this video. And I really want to finish it so badly. I don't know how many pages this is, but I don't have much left, and this is also getting really difficult to journal in because this is so thick, so it's like almost impossible. So I really want to start a new one, but I love this journal so much, and just like the thought of future me when I'm like 10 years older or something, or my children or my grandchildren being able to look through this and see my life. Also, I feel like a lot of what I've documented in this journal has been my struggle with my mental health and how I'm feeling, and so I'd love to see like my growth over time and see how I've changed through the years, how I've overcome certain things. So yeah, I just love this journal, and I highly recommend getting into journaling. If you're like thinking about journaling but you're not sure, literally just start. The hardest part is actually starting, but once you get into it, it's so much fun. And even just like making collages, putting pictures together is so much fun, and it's like a really nice creative outlet, so I highly recommend. Anyways, I think that's everything I plan to do in this video. That was actually quite a lot, but anyways, I think we might start with my reading journal because I actually I've already done the spreads for this journal because I did start this video earlier, but I didn't like how my intro and stuff turned out, so I have already done the spreads, but I'm going to show you guys me doing these spreads now. The spreads I'm planning to do, actually I already did them, but basically I have this spread in my book for all the books I've read in 2024, and I put pictures in on these Dutch doors with all of the books, and you can see I've run out of room, so I needed to make another one of these. And I also wanted to make a spread for my reading vlog where I tried to read 1,000 pages in a week for reaching 1,000 subscribers. So that was like my 1,000 subscriber special reading vlog. And I really wanted to make a spread for that video since it's really special to me. It is one of my favorite reading vlogs I've made, and it's also such a big achievement for me. And I wanted to write my thoughts and how I feel about reaching 1,000 subscribers and how grateful I feel for you guys. So I really wanted to make a spread for that as well. So yeah, I have already done them, so you guys are going to see me doing those spreads now. Okay, so we have finished my spreads. So firstly, we have my books read in 2024. I really like how this turned out. It's pretty much the same as my other one, a little bit different. I love the pink, and there's not really much to say about this spread, but I'm really excited to fill this one out. I can't remember how many squares are in this, maybe 45. So maybe I'll fill this one out as well this year. We'll see. But yeah, this spread's really cute. I love it. It's very simple, but I think it's really cute. So for my reading 1,000 pages in a week, I know I didn't film a lot of this spread when I did it. I did both these spreads in different days, but when I did this spread, I know I didn't film a lot of it because I was feeling unwell that day, and so I was kind of like struggling a bit to get this done, and I was working on it very like sporadically. I haven't filled this out yet, my writing. I will show you guys that once I filled it out, but I really like how this spread turned out. I have made another spread for one of my YouTube videos before, and it's my least favorite spread in my whole journal. Like, I really don't like how that spread turned out. So I wanted to make sure I really liked the spread and I really planned it out. It's still not one of my favorites, but I do like how it turned out. I did make quite a few mistakes. How I covered these up, I have mentioned this a few times in my videos, but basically I use scrap paper from this journal. So when I make cutouts in this reading journal, like for example the Dutch doors, I save the paper I cut off and I use that paper to cover up my mistakes. So I don't know if you can tell, but I messed up the title, so I covered over it and redid it. I messed up into here and recovered it, and like just a few little mistakes throughout. So it makes it look a little bit messy, but I feel like you can't really tell from far away. I was struggling a little with this spread is what I'm trying to say. And I also tried to do this thing with my books. I think it's called a waterfall card. So basically you have all the books and then you're supposed to be able to pull it out so all the pictures come out, and for some reason I couldn't get it to work. I got to the final step and all the books wouldn't fold out. I don't know why it didn't work because I followed the tutorial and I don't understand why it didn't work, but I will link the tutorial I used down below. It is really popular and everyone I see in the comments understood how it worked and knew how to use it, so I don't know where I went wrong, but I'm fine with just having the pictures like this. You can like lift up the pictures and see what's underneath, but I wanted a way to show all the books I read in that video but not have them take up too much room, and I like how this turned out. I just documented every day how many pages I read, and yeah, over here I'm gonna write about the video, about reaching 1,000 subscribers, how I feel, but I'll do that later. So yeah, that's that spread done. So what are we gonna do next? I think we should do some reading. So with final offer, I'm on page 470, so I'm really nearing the end, and I've just gotten to the third act breakup and I hate third act breakups, and this third act breakup is really annoying me because I feel like it's a little, well, I feel like it's a little ridiculous, but at the same time I understand why it's there and I understand how our characters are feeling, but I'm just annoyed because I don't like third act breakups, you know, like I want everything to go well, but I'm gonna need to push through. Whenever I get to third act breakup, I always stall the book and procrastinate, continue reading, but I'm so close to the end and I've been reading this book for like a week now and I've been really enjoying it, but just the fact that it's like almost 600 pages long is making it take a while for me to read. Although I feel like this book has been going really quickly. I hate romance books that are this long. Like I hate when romance books are over like 400 pages. I feel like it's so unnecessary. With this book in particular, I've been reading it really fast. Like the pages have just been flying by and I feel like it's been paced out really well. And I'm also loving the characters and the relationship. I won't go too much into my feelings because I am reading this in a reading vlog that I think will be out before this video. But like that is to say, I'm really enjoying this book and I'm really scared to finish it, but I also just want to see a happy ending for these characters. I think I'm gonna go eat lunch, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna read this book and then we'll see what we do next. I do want to get some crocheting done because I do need to catch up on that, so maybe after this book we can do some crocheting and I can listen to an audiobook maybe. We'll see. I'll update you guys on what I end up doing. Hi guys, it is the next day. My voice sounds really weird today. It kind of sounds like I'm going through puberty. Anyways, I did finish Final Offer yesterday and I really liked it. I'm not really going to talk about my thoughts about this book. Like I said, I'm reading this in another reading vlog, and if you've watched that reading vlog, I don't want to like talk your ears off about this book. All you really need to know is that I really liked it and I enjoyed it. So yeah, I just spent most of yesterday reading this book. I really wanted to finish it and I was really enjoying it. I couldn't put it down. I don't know, I had a really good day yesterday just spending the day reading. And I feel like I've been very stressed lately about things going on in my life, and it was nice to just be in this world and to be like so caught up in this book. It felt very relaxing and it definitely was nice. It was really nice. So today, my plan is to listen to those audiobooks I was talking about. So the one that I stopped reading was the Door-to-Door Bookseller. I finished reading that book, I think the end of last year, and a little while ago, I looked at where I left off was, I think, chapter 4. I had like 2 hours left, but I couldn't remember everything that was going on, so I went back a chapter and I've been listening to it this morning. I think I'm back on chapter 4 now and I have like 3 hours 30 minutes left, something like that. I listened to it on like normal speed. Like I said, I'm not good at paying attention to things. Like when I listen to stuff or when I'm watching YouTube, I drift off a lot, or even like when I'm talking to people, I drift off, which is not good. I have to really try to make myself like pay attention. So listening on like normal speed is what's best for me. So it does take me a little while to like get through an audiobook, but that's completely fine. The story is basically, we're following this older man who works at a bookstore, and his job is to hand deliver these books to his customers. So he goes to their house and delivers these books that they've ordered. This has been his routine for like a really long time, years and years and years, and he knows these people really well. But then this child starts joining him on these trips, and he's very reluctant at first, but then they kind of form a little bond, and she kind of brings some insight into his life, changes up his routine. It's kind of a very like heartwarming story, I guess. It's not the most exciting. If I was reading the physical book, I don't know if I'd like it as much. I feel like I'd find it kind of boring, but listening to it, it's like a nice story to listen to. I think it's also probably very short since there's only a few chapters. So yeah, I'm going to continue listening to that while I crochet. So I showed you guys yesterday, I'm currently making a granny square blanket, and so I have 4 squares here. I have this square I need to do 1 more row of. And then I have these squares. I think I need to block these. Yeah, I need to block these before I join them to this strip. And then I'm gonna make some more squares. And I also want to do some journaling. I want to do another page on this journal. So this video is gonna have a lot of journaling content, so I hope that's okay with you guys. I haven't journaled in this for a few days and I want to do another spread, so we're gonna do that together. And yeah, today is gonna be a very low-key day. Is that the right word to use? It's gonna be a very, I guess, relaxing day. I'm just gonna do a few things, a few hobbies I like. I mean, I do that any day. I'm not studying, but that's the plan for today. Let's just get into crocheting. Hi guys, so it is a few days later. I am wearing the same outfit I wore the last time I spoke to you guys, but it is a few days later and I forgot to film an outro for this video for some reason. But basically what I did on that last day, what day was it? It was like Sunday. I crocheted like you saw and I made 3 squares, not a lot. I did listen to the audiobook. I think I listened for another like 30 to 45 minutes. And then I did do some reading. I read volume 4 of Love is War. I'm not going to say a lot because I feel like I've talked about this series a lot, but there's just some uncomfortable things in this manga series. It's so obvious that it's written and drawn by a man. Ugh, this one thing that happened. I feel like I have to talk about it, but like I also don't want to because I'm just sick of talking about this manga and being like a negative, but it was so weird. And I saw some reviews that agreed, but I feel like most of the reviews on a lot of these books are like really positive. And I'm like, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? I don't know, but there's like good aspects to this story, but there's just uncomfortable things and like sexualizing of the characters in every single manga. Also the mention of these 17-year-old girls' boob sizes in every single manga, and I'm like, why is it mentioned so much? Anywho, I did also read volume 6 yesterday. That wasn't on the same day, but I don't think, oh wait, no, there was some weird stuff, but not as weird as other mangas, I guess. I feel like they're just very sexual, but it's targeted for like young girls, which just makes it odd. Anyways, yeah, I read these 2 volumes and then I did my journal. As you saw, I did very simple spreads because I didn't feel like doing a lot. Yeah. That's basically it. I didn't really feel like doing a lot, so I did 2 spreads. That's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun filming this. Let me know what your favorite part was. If you liked the journaling the most, the reading, the crocheting, I'd love to know. And yeah, I have a book Instagram and a book TikTok I post on quite frequently. A Goodreads, link down below. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye.